And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Cheap Ludes, and I'm here to talk about the market in NBA 2K22, my team. Like I said, the right game this time. Anyways, look, the Signature Series packs did not affect the market as much as I had anticipated, or anyone anticipated, but that's, for the most part, kind of a good thing, I guess. The other thing that hasn't really been affecting the market is the agenda. Now, I don't know if that's something 2K is doing this year, or if it's just a case that we're too early on for the agenda to really have a pronounced effect on the market. Later on, we'll start to see players go up in value due to agenda stuff, and we might even see it when it gets closer to crunch time in relation to getting Carmelo Anthony. That remains to be seen. There's no point in speculating that. I like how there's a difference between Signature Series and Signed Signature Series. Super frustrating. There's a lot of XP to be made off those cards if you pulled a lot of them. The Weekend Warrior Part 2, by the way, once we get Part 3, which will probably be tomorrow, you only have this weekend to grab this stuff. We're probably getting a draft token, and draft tokens are probably your best bet to make MT, because you just use that draft token and then you play, at the minimum 3 games. You don't get any MT for it, which is stupid, but you at least get picks on a prize board and a free deluxe whatever base set back. One thing they did do this weekend, though, was they put some of the autograph cards that you need for Larry Bird on Triple Threat Offline and Triple Threat Online. The problem is they only put the 2 that are the absolute least worth anything, which is Gobert and Terrence Ross, which is frustrating, and let me explain why. The reason it's frustrating is because those are the 2 that are easiest to draw from packs, and the packs already aren't really worth opening from a monetary standpoint, and now they're even less so because now the 2 easiest to pull from packs are actually on the boards and they're relatively easy to pull, which I would say doesn't really help anyone. Personally, the people who have enough MT to afford Larry Bird, I think they could have spent the 3,000 MT they were going for just through packs, you know what I mean? And this isn't even worth really grinding, to be honest. These are going for absolutely nothing, straight up. If you're already grinding Triple Threat or Triple Threat Online, yeah, an extra 400 MT here and there is cool, I guess, whatever. But is that what it's really going for? Because I just said that as a joke. Is it really only going for 400 MT? Oh my word. Yeah, I think it's literally going for only 400 MT. That's crazy. 450. It's going for 450. MT's MT, whatever you get for free and you sell it, it's cool that it's that price, but wow. That is an absurdly low amount of MT. That sucks. That's awful. They just killed the pricing on these cards. That's so nutty. All right, so let's look at Blake Griffin and Karl Anthony Towns. By the way, when you go to search these cards in the auctions, you have to search by event cards, and you can't search for specific ones. You have to do it by gem level. And then every time you click out of the screen, it resets it back to gold. For whatever reason, I think it's them trying to stop sniping. I personally think they're doing it on purpose. Blake Griffin and Karl Anthony Towns ones were 9,000 yesterday, and now you can get them for under 4, it would appear. So possibly even under 3. I'm not even sure. That's crazy. Now, you would think that means that this stuff is cheap. It's cheap to lock in for Larry Bird. No, it's not. The top 3 cards themselves are going to run you close to 300k. Not even kidding. Dwayne Wade seems to be the one that is the most expensive. He seems to be the hardest to draw. LeBron and Larry Bird are both buy it now. Granted, they're super high buy it nows, but you can get the 2 of them for around 160, roughly. If we're looking at the 86,000 MT LeBron and a 94,000 Larry Bird, which I'm in the morning, so it's a little bit more expensive now anyway. So let's just say roughly you can get it for 150, 160 for the 2 of those. Then we got Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade is not even a buyout. He must be easily the rarest card in this set, which is crazy. That's nuts. These cards are so stupid. Look, Larry Bird is absolutely not worth 300k roughly, right? And that's 300k without even talking about the lower ones, which those will only cost you 5,000, basically, roughly 7,500 tops. So it's 300,075 or 3,007, whatever. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's going to be less than 3,000 something. I don't know, 300,000 something. Roughly around there. I don't know. I'm bad at math, dude. Leave me alone. Now let's talk about the actual Signature Series cards in their entirety, right? Like Rudy Gobert, each of the cards that are autographed as opposed to non-autographed have one additional Hoff badge. Absolutely nothing else is different, similar to the hero cards last year, right? Now, they are a little bit more worth it because they're doing it this early on. I'm not here to judge how anybody plays the game, right? So many play styles are viable. If you're someone who likes to off-ball and sit with the center and clog up the lane, and that's how you play defense, Rudy Gobert is probably the best card for you. Like, he's 7'1", he's got a massive wingspan, he has Hoff rim protector. If you're looking at the Signature Series autographed one, that's probably the one you should pick up, and he'll be extremely valuable for that thing. He's going to be one of the best defensive bigs in the game. And at this point, and this is one of the first years, period, that defensive bigs actually have some sort of like value to your team, he might be worth it. Terrence Ross, overall, both versions are fine. The autographed one has Hoff Limitless Takeoff, so I would probably go with that one if you can. But if the price is like, I don't know, if the price difference is like a few thousand MT, I don't think it's worth it. But if it's only like 2,000, sure. If it's like 10 or like 7 like it was yesterday, no, absolutely not. Now, the one thing I will say about Terrence Ross for sure that is necessary to understand before pulling the trigger on this card and using him is that he does have a bigger green window, but he misses a significantly larger amount of whites. So if you're on current gen, that's going to be a huge detriment because he has that base 70 Jonathan Isaac release. Something to think about. You know, whites are very important on current gen, so winning a card that's going to make like almost none of them is going to be a detriment sometimes. So, Karl-Anthony Towns. He's probably the best shooting big in the game, realistically. I mean, you can make the case that like you prefer certain cards over Karl-Anthony Towns, but like objectively, he's probably the best shooting big in the game. And similar to like Kevin Love cards when we get him early on, like he's such a good rebounder that it almost makes up for his lack of defensive prowess. Thing is, which version should you get? I would say if you're not a post player, just the non-autographed version is the one that you should probably get. Like, the price difference is like 5 to 7K, and I think it's better to just get the non-autographed one. None of the stats are different. It's just that the autographed one has Hoff Dream Shake. So if you're not somebody who operates in the post, it's really unnecessary to grab that version of it. I know it's going to be tempting because he's more expensive, and like that would in tune tell you that he's a little bit better. But I really don't think so. So maybe do not. Now, when it comes to Blake Griffin, I think, look, the autograph version is like significantly more expensive than the other one. The other one you can get for around like 30K. This one's like 50, right? That's frustrating in and of itself, but he does have Hoff Limitless Takeoff. And as a big man, this card is overpowered, especially if you attack the rim. If you're on current gen, no question Blake Griffin is going to be one of the better big men in the game. He provides such a matchup nightmare, and that's kind of the big draw to Blake Griffin early on. Because he's very large. You know, he's got a big player ability, 6'10". So if you throw someone who is big enough to play defense in the post against him, he's just going to drive right past him and boom on him, right? So if you throw Serge Ibaka is still a pretty good foil to this Blake Griffin for sure. But anyone other than that, it's going to kind of have a rough time. And if you try to throw someone smaller, like let's say a Darius Miles or a James Worthy, Blake Griffin can bully them in the post. Even though he doesn't have the best post stats, he's still going to be big enough to like bully them a little bit. So it's something to think about in regards to how you're going to play it. The only players I would say confidently can defend Blake Griffin in both regards would be probably Serge Ibaka, but even he's a little bit slow, so it's kind of an iffy situation, and then Diamond LeBron. Diamond LeBron's fine. You don't have to worry about him. Tim Duncan will even get driven past a little bit, so something to think about. He does have that bronze quick first step, which is really cool. Like I said, the other version has gold limitless takeoff, so it's not like the biggest drop off in the world. But that Hoff is definitely a draw. 77 three-pointer, but you can give him a shoe. Coach, floor general, he's way up. He's got a wet jump shot too. 99 standing dunk, 98 driving dunk. 75 ball handle is fine at this stage. Defense isn't great, but he is a really good rebounder, and he gets up. He's got a high vertical and stuff, so I don't know, 94 strength too, which is huge. So he's like a very solid defender, especially if someone's trying to operate in the post. Blake Griffin can't hold him down. He might get killed by post moves, but if somebody's not great with the post moves, he'll be fine. LBJ. Look, both versions are fine. LBJ is probably the best small forward, power forward in this game. I mean, depending on your playstyle, you can make the argument that Larry Bird's better. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, LeBron is a carbon copy of last year's Diamond that we got around the same time with worse hot zones, as a matter of fact. Actually, I'm shocked he has none at the three-point line. Like, realistically, is he worth this price? I don't think so. The only difference between these two cards, by the way, the autographed and non-autographed version, is one has Hoftimer, one has gold. It is kind of important, though. Look, if you operate in the post with LeBron James, you're going to be fine. Like, he's going to be damn near unguardable at times. He's definitely going to be a top-tier wing in this game. That much is accurate. But the thing is like, he needs unstrippable, by the way. You need to give him unstrippable. For sure. Because that's basically the only way to stop him is try to strip the ball when he goes up. Glue hands, obviously, you're going to want to give him that as well. Hyperdrive might be helpful, too. Boosting his limitless takeoff is going to be huge because LeBron's going to be trying to boom on people. He's good, but is he 300k good? No. Think about 2K and how power balancing works. Like, we're definitely going to get cards that are as good as that LeBron and as good as this Larry Bird and Dwayne Wade in 3 to 4 weeks that are going to be 50k diamonds. And actually they'll probably be better overall. Like, look, we're 2 weeks away from getting packable pink diamonds, possibly only a week. Depends how 2K does it. Dwayne Wade's great. He has a 70 driving dunk tendency, which I wanted to highlight because if you guys know anything about those driving dunk tendencies, 30, it's not a rough estimate. It's also not a definitive estimate, but like 30% of the time, he's going to go for a layup or a floater, and it's going to frustrate you when you're trying to boom. So it's something to think about. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely something to take note of, especially when you have a guard that is specifically there to attack the rim. Tendencies wise, fine. 60 foul tendency, 76 hard foul tendency, not great. Hall of Fame quick first step, overpowered with gold clamps. Like, Dwayne Wade is nasty, straight up, like he is. But he is very expensive also, so it's kind of something to think about. Now, when it comes to the difference between this Dwayne Wade and the non-signature Dwayne Wade, he also doesn't have hot zones from beyond the arc, which is something to think about as well, is quick first step. Gold quick first step on the other one, Hall of Fame on this one. That is actually a huge deal. I would say he's probably worth it in that regard. Like, I'm being dead serious. I really think he's worth it. But as a card, he's not worth it, if that makes sense. Like, the difference between the two is worth it, but he's not. Dikembe hasn't changed in price. I didn't suspect he was going to. None of these cards really changed in price too much. Especially the flash cards, because they were only out for so long. They were only out for 3 days, whereas every other pack we've had has been out for a week. So not a lot of people, and the packs were horrendous too. So like, not a lot of people had this stuff. Kawhi, I'm like shocked that he hasn't changed at all. I'm not saying I thought he was going to be 20k or anything, but like, I really thought he'd be like at least like 30, 40, but he's still 50k. Derrick Rose, I knew he wasn't going to change. Like, we didn't get any point guards in the set, so I figured, whatever. Jason Richardson, he has stayed closer to the 20k instead of like the 25, 30 that he was at before. He's still one of the best shooting guard / wings in this game. That's my personal opinion. Jason Richardson is nasty. I'm just trying to be strategic about it, so I'm trying to buy him when he goes below 20k. But I might just have to bite the bullet. He's so good. I still love Bradley Beal too, who hasn't changed in price at all. Neither has Marbury. DeMar DeRozan is 100k. He's absolutely not worth it. This card will be given away in either the token market or a locker code in like 3 weeks. So just hold tight on it. Steve Nash is 100k. If you play a certain style, yeah, he's probably worth it, but I wouldn't do it. Same with Chris Paul. Like, I wouldn't spend this much MT on a card right now. Tim Duncan, is he buyout? Yeah, 97k. Once again, Tim Duncan's another card that I think will be token market or a locker code in a few weeks, so don't worry about it. Julius Erving, Ray Allen, all these cards have stayed basically the same price. So, I don't know. these signature series cards, I don't know if it's because 2K make the pack odds so bad. I still want to know what's up with this colossal reward thing, or like what's going on. But like the market seems to like not change about any of this stuff. Like any of the packs that we've had come out have not really changed the market too much. I mean, even if you look at a card like Ray Allen, like, yeah, he's gone down from 50K to 35, but it's also been 2 weeks. So that just will naturally happen. When it comes to card grading, for the most part, I would say it's not worth it, especially with the 1200 MT cap on 5v5 games. That being said, like, something that a lot of people have speculated is that if you go out and you play, 5-6 games and you do exceptionally well with a player before having them graded, it will affect the grade. I'm attempting to try this out and test it out fully, so I'll let you guys know what I find. But a lot of people are saying and standing very firm that this is like a real thing. So, look, I'll let you guys know what my, end results are when I do this a few more times, because I'm curious to see what's up with this. Now, the skill challenges, like we got the Signature Series 1, you get a Signature Series award pack with like awful odds, but packs are packs. You just have to make 9 3-pointers. You don't have to win. You don't even have to complete the game. You literally, once you hit 9 3-pointers, like game's over. That's it. So it's actually relatively easy to do. Just attack their worst position, which would be point guard. Like literally just attack Terrence Ross if you can as well. That's also a very good place to start. Same with the flash one. I think you have to complete the game in this one. Yeah, you have to record 3 blocks as a team. If you're on next gen, just kind of sit back and let Derrick Rose attack the rim, and then use like a center like Rudy Gobert or something to just swat him every time. If you're on current gen, good luck. Gold Corey Kispert is going to be a god tier gold card. Once again, I don't know what it is, but 2K never puts the picture on these gold reward cards. It's just like one of those 2K isms they like refuse to fix. Like, I don't know what this is all about, but they do this every time. Like, why not just put the card up here? Why you just got a blank gold card up here? This doesn't make any sense. Why do you do this? The picture of Corey Kispert is hilarious too. He's like dunking, armpit hair just fully out. I don't know what it's all about, but it's whatever. They're never going to fix it. In addition to that, they're like never going to change the pickup challenge reward, I swear. Like, I thought these were supposed to be daily with different rewards, 2K. What is going on? You guys just abandoned this already? As always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. I'll be back with another video here shortly. Drop a like on this video, comment down below. I appreciate you guys. Peace.